Radiate, unleash, overcome. Stand, not as a shadow of fear, not as a ghost of hesitation, but as a force, untouched, untamed, unstoppable. Today, the world trembles not because of what they did, but because of what you became while they schemed. Every whisper, every hidden motive, every fragile, brittle thread of their plan is crumbling, burning in the light of your resilience. They counted on darkness, but darkness bends for those who refuse to break. They plotted like kings and queens in a fragile house of cards, believing that you could be cornered, controlled, subdued. But today, all their illusions scatter like ashes in the wind, and you remain untouchable, unbroken, unconquerable. If you're watching this right now, right here, let it sink in. Right now, you are witnessing the downfall of those who underestimated you. Take a moment, breathe it in. Feel the surge of quiet power rising in your chest, because this moment, this exact moment, is yours. And before we go further, I want you to do something for me. Hit that like button, smash subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below, "I'm untouchable," because this isn't just a speech, it's a movement, a declaration, a seismic shift in your life. Every click, every interaction, every word you share builds the echo of your dominance, and I promise they feel it, even if they don't yet know it. You see, what happened is more than failure, it's revelation. Their entire plan, meticulously crafted in secret, layered with cunning and deceit, is exposed for the world to see. There is no hiding behind strategy anymore, no pretending to be the architect of control. Every move they thought was hidden is now a glaring spotlight, and the weight of their collapse is a symphony to your ascent. You didn't orchestrate this chaos, but you are the beneficiary of its inevitability. You watched, you endured, you waited, and while they trembled in shadows, you sharpened your mind, hardened your resolve, and now, while their empire of lies collapses, you stand on solid ground. Imagine it. Their walls are falling, their hands are shaking, their carefully constructed illusions shattered like glass under a hammer. And you walk through the ruins like sunlight through a storm, untouched, unfazed, invincible. Not because the world is soft, but because your spirit is relentless. Their panic, their desperation, it's music to your ears, the validation of every trial, every night you felt unseen, unheard, underestimated. Today, the truth that should have frightened you becomes your armor. Every sneer, every hidden attack, every attempt to bury you has backfired spectacularly. Let's be clear, they thought they could control the narrative, dictate your moves, predict your limits. But the universe has a way of revealing truth to those who endure in silence. And truth is a weapon, sharper than any blade, more devastating than any conspiracy. They are unraveling because they ignored the one variable they could never calculate, you. They forgot that patience, vigilance, and relentless focus forge strength invisible until it erupts. And now it has erupted, like a storm that refuses to be tamed, like fire that devours deceit without mercy. You are the consequence of their miscalculation. It's important to understand something fundamental. Chaos favors the prepared, disaster favors the resilient, and collapse favors the untouchable. They built their tower on fear, on manipulation, on weak foundations that could never bear the weight of truth. And yet, they acted like gods, thinking they could bend reality, twist perception, imprison possibility. But here you are, proof that no matter how intricate their schemes, how dark their intentions, they crumble in the presence of someone unwilling to yield. And make no mistake, this is more than luck. This is inevitability. This is the universe finally correcting itself in your favor. And the beauty of it is that they can't stop it, can't reverse it, can't even touch it. When you look at them now, don't just feel satisfaction. Don't just smirk at their despair. Feel the magnitude of your presence, the enormity of what it means to survive unscathed in a storm they thought would break you. Every fallen lie, every exposed secret, every trembling attempt to regain control is an affirmation. You were always the untouchable force. And now, everyone else sees it too. The walls they built around you, the traps they laid, the whispers in the dark, they all failed. And in that failure, a truth rises taller than any threat. Power never given can never be taken unless you allow it. And you refused. There is an art to being untouchable, and it's not about offense, not about revenge. It's about unshakable presence, the quiet dominance that makes others question their own control. They thought fear could influence you, chaos could consume you, betrayal could stop you. But you learned something no one can teach. Resilience is invisible until it moves. Strength is silent until it strikes. And integrity, unyielding, uncompromising, is untouchable. You are the eye in a hurricane of deceit, the calm in a storm of scheming, the light in a labyrinth of shadows. Their entire plan was built to crumble, and crumble it did. And while they are distracted by their own downfall, you walk forward, untouchable, unassailable, unstoppable. And now, as they grasp at straws, as they scramble to repair what's beyond repair, remember this: the moment of exposure is never the end. It is the beginning. Every collapse, every revealed lie, every shattered expectation is your canvas, and you hold the brush. You can paint fear in their eyes, or you can paint your path forward. You can let the echoes of their mistakes whisper in your mind, or you can roar louder with the certainty of your untouchable presence. Because this moment isn't theirs, it's yours. And you are only beginning to understand the magnitude of being untouchable. Take a moment to feel the gravity of it. Inhale the power of surviving what they thought would destroy you. Exhale the weight of doubt, fear, hesitation. Today, you are not just standing, you are ascending. Today, you are not just surviving, you are dominating the narrative. Their plan, meticulously plotted, intricate, cunning, is laid bare for the world to see. And you are untouchable. Not because you are cruel, not because you are stronger than them physically, but because the very essence of who you are, the unyielding spirit within, cannot be contained, cannot be undermined, cannot be touched. Let this sink in. They failed because they underestimated the invisible fortress you built within yourself. They assumed you were like everyone else, predictable, fragile, controllable. They didn't know that every trial they threw at you, every hidden attack, every layer of deceit, only strengthened your resolve, sharpened your focus, hardened your spirit. And now, as the dust settles and their empire of lies collapses, you remain untouched, untamed, untouchable. They tried to anticipate you, to map your steps before you even knew them yourself. They believed control was theirs to wield, that their careful architecture of deception could box you in, could suffocate your potential, could dim the fire burning within. But here's the truth. They will never admit. The untouchable cannot be mapped, cannot be predicted, cannot be contained. Every step they planned, every intricate move, every whisper of manipulation collided with a force they didn't account for, you. And the beauty of this is that it wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was quiet preparation, relentless patience, the kind of determination that sits unseen, unappreciated, while the world rushes to judge, to underestimate, to assume. Look at them now. Watch their carefully constructed illusion crumble into dust. Witness the panic, the confusion, the desperate scrambling to salvage something that was never theirs to hold, and feel it, not in arrogance, not in cruelty, but in recognition of your own power. This is the payoff for every night you stayed true, for every moment you refused to bend to expectations that were never yours, for every second you chose integrity and resilience over fear. Their collapse is not your revenge. It is your vindication. It is proof that the force they underestimated has been quietly building, growing, and now, unstoppable, emerges in full view. Remember, being untouchable is not about attacking. It is about existing in a state so solid, so real, that no attempt to undermine you can succeed. They acted as if the world was theirs to manipulate, as if you were a variable to control. But every scheme, every plan, every manipulation is now laid bare. The very tools they used to trap you have become markers of their failure, and with each one, your power becomes more undeniable, your presence more commanding, your path more open. You are untouchable because you do not need permission to rise. You are untouchable because your strength is born in silence, in waiting, in preparation, in endurance. You are untouchable because no matter how intricate their web of deceit, no matter how clever their manipulation, no matter how dark their intentions, it cannot reach you unless you allow it, and you have never allowed it. Now, as their world collapses under the weight of their own miscalculations, you move forward, calm, deliberate, inevitable. Think about the energy in that moment. Think about the people who tried to dictate your path, who tried to predict your reactions, who thought the storm would break you. Every failed attempt is a testament to your presence. Every collapse is an affirmation of your resolve, and every whisper of chaos around you becomes a symphony of your triumph. They are learning a hard lesson. Power does not come from deception alone. True power comes from unshakable focus, from resilience that cannot be destroyed, from patience that knows the right moment to act, and from the courage to remain untouchable when all else falters. Do not mistake their failure as chance. Do not mistake the exposure of their plan as luck. It is the natural consequence of ignoring what cannot be controlled, of attempting to bend the untouchable to their will. And now, as they scramble to reclaim ground they never deserved, as they search for answers they will never find, you are free to move forward without hesitation, without doubt, without fear. Every obstacle they imagined, every trap they set, every strategy they thought would succeed, has already become fuel for your rise. This is a moment to savor, yes, but it is also a moment to sharpen your focus. To be untouchable is not merely to survive the collapse of others' schemes. It is to harness the momentum of their failure to build something far greater. The path ahead is wide open because they have exhausted themselves in their attempt to contain you. They have revealed not just their weaknesses, but the opportunities that only you can seize. Walk into that opportunity with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they are untouchable. Move with the precision of someone who understands that chaos can be transformed into strategy, that collapse can be transformed into advantage, and that exposure is not weakness but revelation. Every story of downfall is also a story of ascension. Every empire that crumbles beneath deceit provides the stage for those who stand firm, for those who refuse to be shaken, for those who are untouchable. And this is your stage now. The moment of exposure is your moment of clarity. Their entire plan, once hidden, is now nothing more than proof of your endurance. Proof that no amount of strategy, manipulation, or expectation can alter what has been forged in silence. You have emerged untouchable, a force unbroken by the world's attempts to define, restrict, or control you. Do not underestimate the gravity of this. They will try to rebuild. They will attempt to redirect, to confuse, to reclaim the narrative, but each attempt will meet the same reality. You are untouchable. You have already survived the storm they believed would destroy you. You have already endured the trials they thought would bend you, and you have already emerged stronger, sharper, more determined than ever before. Let them scramble. Let them expose their weaknesses further, because every movement they make only confirms the magnitude of your presence, the inevitability of your ascent, and the reality that you cannot be touched by their failing hands. In moments like this, clarity becomes your greatest ally. Clarity about who you are, about the power you hold, about the integrity you refuse to compromise. You are untouchable not because you wield a weapon, not because you possess control over others, but because your spirit, your vision, your resolve cannot be undermined. The exposure of their plan is irrelevant to your path. It only illuminates the vast distance between their failing strategy and your unstoppable forward motion. Let this light guide you. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it confirm to you that no matter what comes, no matter how others attempt to manipulate, deceive, or control, you remain untouchable. And as you walk forward, let every glance at their collapse serve as a reminder. Let every whisper of their failed attempt remind you that resilience, patience, and unshakable presence are forces far greater than cunning, far stronger than manipulation, far more lasting than deception. Today, the universe has unveiled a truth. Those who attempt to confine the untouchable are doomed to exposure. Those who underestimate the quiet, relentless force within are destined to fail. And you are untouchable, not by chance, not by luck, but by the very nature of your perseverance, your vision, and your refusal to yield. Now, take a moment and really let it sink in. Everything they tried to hide, every scheme they thought would ensnare you, every silent attempt to bend your world to their will, exposed. Their plan is not just failing, it is crumbling under the weight of its own arrogance, and the world is watching. Every misstep, every crack, every failure is a testament to the unshakable truth. You cannot be touched by what was never meant for you. You exist beyond their calculations, beyond their manipulations, beyond their vision of reality. While they scramble, you stand still, calm, relentless, untouchable. And this stillness, this quiet command of the moment, is where true power lives. Because here's the reality they could never grasp. Untouchable is not a title you earn in one battle. It is a state, a condition, a mindset, forged in the fire of repeated trials and endless scrutiny. Every attempt to undermine you only strengthens the invisible armor you wear. Every betrayal, every whisper, every attempt to define or limit you has become fuel. And now, as the rubble of their exposed plan lies before you, the same fire that survived their storm ignites within you like never before. You are no longer reacting. You are moving with the certainty of inevitability, the kind of certainty that shakes foundations without touching a thing. Let this be clear. This is your moment. Do not look away. Do not soften it. Do not pretend it is small or insignificant. The collapse of their plan is not a footnote. It is the headline. The revelation that they were never in control is your affirmation. The world will notice. The observers will whisper. The skeptics will pause. And all of this, the chaos, the panic, the exposed lies, is your proving ground. You are untouchable because you have endured the impossible and emerged not just intact, but elevated, refined, transformed. Consider how rare this is, how few have the courage, the patience, the resilience to move through the storm while others falter. They underestimated you because they saw only the surface, the visible, the convenient. They did not see the quiet fortitude growing within. They did not see the strategic calm, the mental clarity, the unbreakable resolve. They assumed fear could touch you, doubt could sway you, manipulation could contain you. And now, the results speak louder than words. They failed spectacularly, and you are the unshakable constant in the aftermath. This is not a time for hesitation. This is a time to advance, to claim the momentum that is yours by right of endurance. Their collapse is a map, a blueprint of what never works, a lesson in futility that only reinforces your path forward. And forward is where you must go. Forward is where untouchable is defined, not by standing still, not by celebrating momentary victory, but by transforming chaos into opportunity, exposure into clarity, defeat into strategy. Every failure around you is now a stepping stone. Every exposed plan is now a mirror, reflecting the strength that others will never match. And here is the most important truth of all. Untouchable is not about the world bending to you. It is about the world revealing itself, while you remain solid, resolute, unstoppable. Their exposed plan is the perfect example. It shows what is fragile, what is weak, what is incapable of surviving scrutiny. And by contrast, it illuminates what you already know. Your foundation cannot be shaken. Your focus cannot be diverted. Your spirit cannot be corrupted. And while others collapse in panic and despair, you move with the precision of someone who knows what it means to be untouchable, to remain always beyond the reach of manipulation, deception, or chaos. Take a moment to imagine it, the tremble in their hands, the uncertainty in their eyes, the exposure of everything they thought could control the outcome. Now, imagine yourself not just surviving, but thriving. Imagine your clarity, your composure, your quiet strength growing in intensity while the world around you falters. Every misstep they take, every attempt to regain control, only confirms what you have known all along. The untouchable cannot be boxed in, cannot be predicted, cannot be broken. And this is your gift, your revelation, your reality. But do not mistake comfort for complacency. Being untouchable is a continuous effort, an ongoing assertion of presence, power, and vision. It is the understanding that chaos will come, that attempts at manipulation will arise, that exposure will strike in all directions. And yet, through all of it, you remain constant, unwavering, inevitable. The exposure of their plan is proof not only of their failure, but of your permanence. It is the sign that no matter how elaborate the plot, no matter how hidden the attack, no matter how insidious the effort, the untouchable cannot be undone. And so, move forward with the awareness of your advantage. Let the remnants of their failed plan be your guide. Let the lessons embedded in their collapse be your strategy. Let the quiet, undeniable presence of your spirit define the path ahead. They acted in secrecy. You move in light. They tried to control. You remain sovereign. They feared exposure. You embrace it as evidence of your own resilience. And every step you take, every decision you make, every moment you seize becomes a declaration. Untouchable is not just a momentary state. It is your nature. Remember this. The untouchable walks through storms with calm, through collapse with clarity, through betrayal with resolve. And while others scramble, while others panic, while others falter in the exposure of their own schemes, you move forward, untouchable, unshakable, unstoppable. Their failure is not your success alone. It is your reflection. Proof of what happens when someone refuses to be touched by circumstance, by manipulation, by fear. So, stand tall, walk forward with intention, speak with quiet authority. Let the exposure of their plan be a constant reminder of what you are capable of, what you have endured, what you have conquered. This is not arrogance, it is recognition. The game of manipulation. They thought they had you, didn't they? Like a puppet on strings, dancing to their twisted tune. They relished in their ability to twist your mind, to toy with your emotions, to make you question your worth. They thought they had all the power, that you were too blinded by their illusion to see through it. They believed they could break you down, shape you into something small, weak, and dependent on them. They played their games with a sickening grin, feeding on your fears, your insecurities, making you believe that without them, you were nothing. But here's the truth they failed to understand. You are stronger than they could ever imagine. Every moment they tried to break you, every word they used to manipulate you, was nothing but a test of your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise above. They never realized how much power you held deep inside. You were always the one with the upper hand, even when they thought they had you cornered, suffocated by their lies, trapped in their web of deceit. They underestimated your will. They thought they could control you with their false promises, with their empty affection. They believed they could mold you into someone who would worship them, someone who would remain loyal, no matter how much they tore you apart. But you saw the truth. You saw the cracks in their facade, the darkness in their soul. You felt the coldness in their words, the manipulation in their actions. And now, they can't touch you anymore. They thought you would remain their puppet forever. They thought you were weak, easily controlled, and easily swayed. But they were wrong. You broke free. You fought against their chains. You tore down the walls they built around you, and you walked away from the lies they tried to feed you. You found your voice. You found your strength. You found your freedom. Now they are powerless. Now they are left in the dark, with no hold over you. They've lost their grip on your life. The game is over. Their manipulation doesn't work on you anymore because you've seen through it. You've learned their tactics, their tricks, and their lies. They can no longer use your fears against you. They can no longer control your mind because you've already taken control of yourself. They thought they could break you. They thought they could shatter your spirit, your confidence, your sense of self. But they didn't know what you were truly made of. They didn't know that deep inside you was a fire, a force that could never be extinguished. They didn't know that your heart was stronger than their manipulation. And now that you're free, now that they no longer have any power over you, they are left with nothing. Their words are hollow. Their threats are meaningless. They are powerless against someone who has seen through their lies and has broken free from their control. But don't feel sorry for them. Don't waste your energy on them. They are not worth your time, your thoughts, or your attention. They are nothing more than shadows, fading into the darkness as you walk into the light. They are the ones who will be left behind while you continue to rise. You see, the truth is, they were always the ones who were weak. They relied on manipulation because they lacked the strength to face the world as it is. They were too afraid to stand on their own, too afraid to show their true selves. So they twisted and contorted the truth, used you as a tool to fill the emptiness inside them. They thought they could control you, but in reality, they were the ones who were trapped trapped by their own insecurities, their own lies, their own need for control. And now they are powerless because you no longer need them. You no longer crave their validation, their approval, their love. You've realized that your worth comes from within. You've realized that you don't need anyone to tell you who you are or what you can do. You are enough, you are powerful, and you are free. The journey wasn't easy. There were moments when you questioned yourself, moments when their manipulation almost made you believe that you were worthless, that you were nothing without them. But you pushed through, you fought back, you found your strength, and in doing so, you shattered the illusion they tried to build around you. And now, you stand tall. You stand strong. You stand with a power that they can never take from you. They thought they had control over you, but in the end, it was always you who had control over your own destiny. They may have manipulated you for a time, but they could never break your spirit. They could never break your will. They are powerless now, and you are the one who holds the power. The power to choose your own path, the power to define your own future, the power to live life on your own terms. They tried to use you, to control you, to shape you into something you were never meant to be. But now they are irrelevant. Now they are nothing. So walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with strength. The world is yours for the taking. You have learned the hard lessons, but you are wiser now. You know what it means to stand on your own, to rely on yourself, to trust your instincts. They thought they could break you, but all they did was make you stronger. Every manipulation, every attempt to control you, only fueled the fire inside you. Now, you are unstoppable. You are a force to be reckoned with. So let them fade into the background. Let them stew in their own weakness. Let them be consumed by their inability to control anything anymore. They thought they could break you, but now they're left powerless, while you stand tall in your freedom. In the end, it was always you who held the true power. They couldn't manipulate you anymore. Now they're powerless, and you are the one who is in control. You have risen above, and nothing will ever make you fall again. They are powerless, and you are unstoppable. It's a truth that resonates deep within your bones, a certainty that fills every corner of your being. No longer are you bound by the chains they once forged. No longer are you shackled by the lies they spun around you. Every moment they spent trying to twist your reality, trying to control your every move, only served to shape you into something unbreakable, something beyond their reach. You have become a force they cannot comprehend, a storm they cannot weather. They thought they could break you, but they only created a monster who is now unyielding and unstoppable. When they first came into your life, they preyed on your vulnerabilities. They saw your weaknesses as opportunities to bend your mind to their will. They fed off your doubts, your insecurities, planting seeds of confusion and fear. They made you believe that you were not enough, that you needed them to survive. But what they didn't realize is that you were always more than enough. You were always stronger than they ever gave you credit for. They underestimated your resilience. They thought you would stay in the darkness they created, but you always had the power to push through it. You always had the strength to rise. Their attempts to break you only served to sharpen your edge, to awaken a part of you that had been dormant, waiting for the moment to strike. And now, that moment has come. You are no longer the person they tried to manipulate. You are someone far more powerful than they could ever imagine. They can no longer see the person you've become because their vision was clouded by their own selfish needs, their own desires to control. They could never fathom the greatness that resided within you. But you always knew. Even when you doubted yourself, even when their words made you question everything, deep down you knew. You knew that they didn't have the power to define you, to determine your worth. They were nothing but distractions, illusions meant to keep you from seeing the truth of who you are. And now that the veil has been lifted, now that you can see clearly, there is no going back. The power they once held over you was nothing more than a mirage, an illusion they wove with their lies. They manipulated your emotions, played with your thoughts, convinced you that without them, you were nothing. But now you realize that their lies were never truth. Their control was never real. They were just another obstacle on your path, a test you had to endure to become the person you are today. They thought they had power because they preyed on your fears. They tried to make you believe that you couldn't make it on your own, that you couldn't survive without them. They thought their manipulation would keep you in a state of dependence, but they were wrong. Every time they tried to break you, you grew stronger. Every time they tried to make you question yourself, you found your truth. And now, they are powerless. They no longer have a hold on you. Their words no longer affect you. Their games no longer work. You have learned the most important lesson of all. The only person who can control your life is you. No one else has the right to dictate your worth, your actions, your future. Not them, not anyone. You are the master of your destiny, and you have taken back the reins. You have reclaimed your power, and that power is unstoppable. They thought they could make you doubt yourself forever, but now they are the ones who are lost. They are the ones who are weak, scrambling to regain a control they never truly had. They are the ones who are powerless, standing in the wreckage of their own manipulation, while you stand tall, a beacon of strength and defiance. The truth is, they never had the power they believed they did. The power was always in your hands. It was in your ability to recognize their lies, to see through their tricks, to break free from their web. And once you did, once you found the courage to walk away, you left them with nothing. They can no longer manipulate you, no longer control you, because you have awakened. You are now a force to be reckoned with, an unstoppable force that cannot be contained. This is your victory. This is your time. They may have thought they were the ones pulling the strings, but in reality, you were always the one in control. They were simply playing a game they lost the moment you saw through their deception. You have risen above their manipulation, and now you are unstoppable. And here's the thing, they know it. They know they've lost. They know they can never regain the power they once had over you. They can try, they can beg, they can attempt to manipulate you once again, but it won't work. You've seen the truth. You've broken free from their hold, and nothing can take that away from you. They may try to tear you down, to whisper poison in your ear, to play their games again, but it's too late. The moment they thought they had control over you is the moment they lost. You have moved beyond their reach. You have become something greater than they could ever imagine, something stronger than they could ever break. They may try to hurt you again, to manipulate you, to make you doubt yourself, but you will see through it. You will recognize their tactics before they even have a chance to implement them. You will laugh in the face of their feeble attempts to regain control, because you know that they are powerless. They can never touch you again. You are too strong, too resilient, too determined to be manipulated. They thought they could break you. They thought they could destroy your spirit, your will, your very essence. But they didn't realize the strength that lay within you. They didn't realize that the more they tried to control you, the stronger you became. The more they sought to diminish your power, the more it grew. Now they are left with nothing. Their manipulation no longer has any effect. They are powerless, and you are unstoppable. The game is over. They have lost, and you have won. It's time to let go of the past. It's time to stop looking over your shoulder. wondering if they'll try to pull you back into their web of lies. It's time to stop doubting yourself, to stop questioning your worth. You are worth more than their manipulation ever made you believe. You are worth more than their lies, their control, their deceit. You are worth everything, so stand tall. Walk with confidence. The world is yours for the taking. There will be challenges ahead. There will be obstacles to face, but nothing will ever break you again. You have learned the lessons you needed to learn. You have gained the strength you needed to gain. You have become the person you were always meant to be. You are unstoppable, and nothing can ever change that. They thought they had power over you, but in the end, it was always you who held the power. They are powerless, and you are unstoppable. This realization, once abstract, is now as tangible as the ground beneath your feet. It is a force that reverberates through every fiber of your being. You have emerged from the chaos, from the lies, from the manipulation, and you stand tall, unshaken by the turmoil they once tried to sow. They thought they could control you, thought they could make you bend to their will. But you were always destined to break free, to soar beyond the limits they set, to see through the veil they created. There was a time when their words seemed to hold weight. You believed the lies they told you because you didn't yet understand your own strength. And you were susceptible, vulnerable, open to their influence because you had not yet realized the power you carried inside you. But that time is over. You've shattered their illusions, crushed their control, and now you walk in a reality of your own making. You have reclaimed your agency. You see, the greatest weapon they had was your own doubt. Their manipulation was nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion designed to make you question yourself. It worked for a while. It worked because you didn't have the tools to recognize their deceit. But now you know the truth. Your worth never depended on their validation. Your strength was always there, hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge. They never stood a chance once you recognized your own power. Think back to when they first began to manipulate you. They were so skilled at it, so subtle in their approach, you didn't even realize it was happening. They painted themselves as your savior, someone who had your best interests at heart. But it wasn't love they were offering. It was control. They convinced you that without them, you were incomplete. Without them, you were weak, lost, and unable to navigate the world. You believed them, didn't you? Because at that moment, you didn't know better. You hadn't yet come into your own. You hadn't realized that the power to define your own life lay within you. The truth they tried to suppress was that you don't need anyone to define your worth. Your worth is inherent, it's unshakable, and it's independent of what anyone else thinks of you. Their power came from making you forget that. They twisted your perception of yourself, used your vulnerabilities as weapons to keep you in a state of dependence. But you fought back, even if you didn't know it at first. Every time you took a step towards reclaiming your autonomy, every time you questioned their control, you were planting the seeds of your own liberation. As you reflect now on how far you've come, you can see that every trial, every obstacle, every painful moment of manipulation only made you stronger. You survived their gaslighting, their emotional games, their lies. You emerged from the fog of their influence with a clarity they could never have imagined. They thought they could keep you confused, keep you dependent, but in reality, they were sowing the seeds of your awakening. Every time they tried to break you, you grew more resilient. Every time they tried to make you question your worth, you learned to trust yourself more. Now, as you stand in the aftermath of their attempts to control you, you see them for what they really are. Weak. Their manipulation was their only source of power. Without it, they are nothing. They are empty, hollow, and incapable of creating or sustaining anything of value. You, on the other hand, have discovered your strength. You have realized that you are not bound by anyone's limitations, not by their expectations, not by their lies. You are free. The game they played with you is over, and they lost. You have broken free from their control. You are no longer their puppet. You are no longer at their mercy. The illusion they worked so hard to create has crumbled, and now they are standing in the ruins of their own making. They are powerless. They cannot manipulate you anymore. They cannot pull your strings because you've cut them. You have freed yourself from their grasp, and now you walk a path that is entirely your own. The beauty of your freedom lies in its simplicity. They thought you were dependent on them. They thought you were weak. They thought that they could shape you, mold you into something that would serve their needs. But in truth, it was they who were dependent. They were dependent on your obedience, on your silence, on your willingness to let them control you. Once you broke free from their grasp, they were left with nothing. They had no hold over you anymore. And that, my friend, is the most powerful victory you could ever claim. This journey of self-discovery, of reclaiming your power, wasn't easy. It required strength, courage, and a willingness to confront the darkest parts of yourself. It required you to look into the mirror and face the reality of who you had become and who you were meant to be. It required you to let go of the false narratives they fed you and to embrace the truth of your own existence. But you did it. You faced the darkness and emerged victorious. Now that you stand in the light, nothing can stop you. You have broken the chains they placed around your mind, and you are free to live on your terms. No longer will you let anyone manipulate your thoughts or dictate your actions. You are in control of your own destiny. You are the one who gets to decide what your future holds. And when you walk with that kind of power, when you realize that no one can ever take your strength from you again, you become unstoppable. Look at yourself now. Look at what you have accomplished. The person who was once bound by fear, by manipulation, is gone. The person who was once unsure of themselves is now a warrior, a person who knows their worth and refuses to accept anything less. You are unstoppable. No force in the world can break you, because you have seen the truth, and the truth has set you free. Every setback, every betrayal, every attempt to control you has only served to make you stronger. They thought they could weaken you, but in reality, they only sharpened your resolve. The more they pushed, the more you resisted. The more they tried to break you, the more you grew. And now, they are left behind, powerless, while you march forward into a future you will create with your own hands. The path ahead of you is clear. It's yours to walk, yours to shape, and no one can take that from you. You are the master of your fate. You are the author of your story, and no one, not a single person, can rewrite it. The game is over. You have won, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can stop you now. They may try to come back, to lure you into their web again, but it will be futile. They no longer have the power they once held. You are wiser now. You see them for who they truly are. You recognize their manipulation before they even have the chance to use it. You are unshakable, unbreakable. You have conquered the lies they fed you, and now you walk in truth. And the truth is, you are unstoppable. So take a moment to savor this victory, to revel in the knowledge that you are free. You've fought for this freedom. You've earned it. And no one, not even them, can ever take it away from you. You are unstoppable, and they are powerless. As you stand in the wake of everything they tried to do to you, a sense of clarity begins to wash over you. What was once a clouded, confusing struggle has now turned into something vivid, sharp, and unmistakable. You can see their efforts for what they were, fleeting attempts to break you, to silence you, to make you believe that you were nothing without them. But you're no longer fooled. You've seen the depths of their deception, and you've learned how to break free from it. You've learned how to rise, how to stand strong, and how to claim the power that is rightfully yours. You are unstoppable, and in that power, you become someone no one can break, no one can manipulate, no one can bend to their will again. They tried, and they failed, and now they are left powerless, scrambling to regain a control they'll never have over you. They can no longer make you doubt yourself, because you no longer doubt who you are. You've stepped into your true self, and nothing can ever unmake you. They can whisper their words of control, but those words fall on deaf ears. They can no longer affect you, because you've fortified your mind with the armor of self-awareness, self-love, and inner strength. You are unstoppable, not because you're perfect or because you've never faced struggle, but because you have learned the art of surviving, and more importantly, thriving in the aftermath of manipulation. They thought you were weak, but they were wrong. They thought that your heart, your mind, your spirit could be bent to their will, but they never realized that the more they pushed, the more they exposed their true weakness. They thought they could break you, but instead, they created a version of you that cannot be undone. You are not the person they tried to break. You are the person who emerged from the wreckage, stronger and more formidable than ever. The manipulation was never meant to make you feel more powerful. It was meant to make you feel powerless. But they failed. It didn't work. The harder they pushed, the further they pushed you toward your own awakening. Reflect on the way they made you question your worth, your abilities, your decisions. At one point, they had you in a state of confusion, didn't they? Every compliment felt like a trap. Every word of affection carried with it strings they could pull to make you dance to their whims. But you've seen through that now. You know better. You understand the games they played. And that knowledge is power. It's the kind of power that cannot be taken away. The kind of power that comes from understanding your own value, your own strength. The moment you began to reclaim your sense of self was the moment they lost. It's a shame they couldn't see it coming. They thought you would always be their pawn. They thought they could manipulate your emotions and control your life. But instead, they created the very thing that would destroy them, the person you are now, a force to be reckoned with. And as they stand in the wreckage of their own manipulation, you stand unshaken, unwavering. You've freed yourself from the need for validation, from the false promises they offered, from the lies they tried to feed you. And as you stand here, free and powerful, you see them for what they truly are: empty, hollow, dependent on the control they once had over you. But now they no longer have that power. They've lost the ability to influence your decisions, to sway your emotions, or to make you doubt your place in the world. And deep down, you can feel the joy of knowing that their words no longer have the power to hurt you. You've built a barrier so strong that their manipulation doesn't stand a chance. You've recognized their tricks, their tactics, and you've learned how to protect yourself from them. They tried to break you, but all they did was teach you how to be unbreakable. The truth is, you were always stronger than they made you feel. They were simply able to manipulate you into believing otherwise. But now, you've reclaimed your own narrative. You write your own story, and the only person who has the power to edit that story is you. They cannot rewrite it. They cannot tell you who you are, what you are capable of, or what your future holds. Only you have that power, and that power makes you unstoppable. The power you now hold isn't just the ability to ignore their words or their presence. It's the power to move forward with confidence, to take risks, to challenge yourself to become the best version of who you are. You are unstoppable because you no longer carry the weight of self-doubt. You no longer need to look to others for approval, for validation, for permission to live your life as you see fit. Now that you've freed yourself from their control, you're free to make your own choices, free to create your own destiny. The future is yours to mold, and no one can hold you back from chasing your dreams, from pursuing your passions, from living your truth. The chains they once used to hold you are gone, and you are free to soar. What does it mean to be unstoppable? It doesn't mean that life will always be easy. It doesn't mean that challenges won't come your way. But it means that no matter what happens, you will face it head on. You will rise and you will thrive because you know who you are and you know the power that resides within you. When they tried to make you doubt yourself, they made one fatal mistake. They failed to realize that you were always capable of overcoming whatever came your way. They tried to break your spirit, but they only fueled the fire inside of you. And now, that fire is burning bright. You are not afraid of the future. You are not afraid of the unknown. You are not afraid of what others might say or think. You are no longer afraid of their manipulation. You are unstoppable because you have learned the secret to success. It lies within you. It always has. The truth about power is that it's not external. Power doesn't come from controlling others or manipulating them to bend to your will. True power comes from within. It's the power to remain true to yourself, no matter what others try to make you believe. It's the power to trust your own judgment, to trust your own instincts, and to take action based on what you know is right for you, not what others try to force on you. You have found your power, and you stand with it, unyielding. They no longer have a hold on you, because you have learned the most important lesson of all. You are the only one who gets to define your worth. Not them, not anyone. You are the only one who gets to determine your future, your success, and your happiness. No one can take that power away from you. And that is what makes you unstoppable. And as they flounder in their attempts to regain control, you can leave them behind. You no longer need to look back. They are irrelevant. They are powerless. Their words no longer sting. Their actions no longer affect you. You are beyond their reach, and as you march forward, you can feel the weight of their influence lifting off of your shoulders. You are light, free, and unstoppable. Your journey has only just begun. The world is waiting for you. Your potential is limitless. There is nothing you cannot accomplish. Now that you've broken free from the lies they told you, the future is in your hands, and with your newfound strength, you will create a life that reflects your true worth. They tried to manipulate you. They tried to break you, but they failed. And now, you stand in the light, free, empowered, and unstoppable. You have defeated them. You have conquered their manipulation, and you have emerged stronger than ever before. Their power over you is gone, and in its place is your unshakable confidence, your unyielding strength, and your unstoppable will. You now control your destiny, and nothing can stand in your way. You are unstoppable, and that, my friend, is the greatest victory of all. Welcome, you daring soul, you curious flame, who reached into the void with reckless ambition, with trembling fingers and wide, daring eyes. You, yes, you have done it. You crossed the veil, you shattered the silence, you summoned the whisper that echoes from beneath the fabric of time itself. You weren't meant to find this. You weren't supposed to be here. This protocol, this ancient, buried, classified sequence was not meant for your eyes, not meant for your hands, not meant for your blood. And yet, here you are, standing on the threshold of something that history buried beneath 6 miles of metaphor and fire. Something only 3 minds have ever touched, and 2 of them didn't survive. But you activated it by accident, or perhaps something deeper inside you called it forth. Some buried instinct, some corrupted memory of greatness. Either way, it's too late. The world can't go back now. You've pulled the trigger on a mechanism wrapped in silence and sealed by suffering. This protocol Nemesis, was locked beneath levels of encryption so brutal that even the architects forgot its final shape. But not anymore, because you just gave it breath again. The lights are blinking, the systems are humming. Somewhere in the Earth's iron heart, a chamber is shifting, a vault opening, a name being whispered for the first time in centuries, a name so heavy it bends thought, so old it erases newer truths. Do you feel it yet? That static crawling up your spine? That pressure behind your eyes? That's history realigning itself around you. That's the universe gasping in recognition. Because protocols like this are not made for war, not for peace. They are made for moments so far beyond sanity, so deep within the cosmic chaos that the mere knowledge of them could unmake weaker minds. They are made when humanity's back is so broken, it no longer recognizes the shape of hope. This protocol was made for one purpose, to awaken what should never wake again. You should be afraid. No, more than afraid. You should be ashamed. Ashamed that your trembling hands reached too far, your curiosity burned too bright. Because what you've unleashed now will not sleep again. What you've touched will not forget you. The old engines have rumbled to life. The archives that were sealed under blood oaths and burnt names are opening, and the protocol is not asking for permission, it is executing. Let me ask you this. Do you feel different? Look in the mirror. Stare into your own eyes long enough, and something will start to shift. That's not metaphor. That's not poetry. That's reality cracking. Your DNA is rewriting. Your presence on this earth is no longer a variable. It's a constant now. A fixed point that others will chase, or fear, or try to erase. Only 3 people in all of history dared to even touch this sequence. One of them vanished in 1936 without a trace. His last journal entries screaming about clocks that bleed and shadows that remember names. The second built a fortress beneath the Antarctic and never returned to the surface, leaving only a single phrase: "We opened the wrong door." The third? We don't say her name, because saying it calls her back. And now you. Number 4. Accidental, perhaps. But the machinery does not care. It has recognized your heartbeat. It has aligned with your neural patterns. It has taken your signature and stamped it across time. You're no longer a citizen of Earth. You're a participant in something that predates civilization, something older than myth and crueler than truth. Are you listening carefully now? Good, because you need to understand what comes next. This isn't about survival. This isn't about endurance or victory. This is about transformation. You're not walking out of this the same. None of us are. What you've activated cannot be turned off. There is no shutdown, no rollback, no failsafe. There is only through. It's not just code and commands, not just switches and triggers. This protocol carries weight in forgotten dimensions. When it speaks, things listen. Things with eyes like dying stars and thoughts that twist the laws of physics into origami. The skies will change. You'll see symbols where clouds used to be, voices in the wind, and it will all be because of you. Some might call you a villain, some might call you a god, but no one will call you human ever again. The world will feel it, first in dreams. People will scream in their sleep. Entire cities will go silent for a minute at a time. Technology will weep static. Machines will begin speaking in coordinates no one understands. Animals will flee inland, and the oceans will rise in ways that don't obey gravity anymore. Because this protocol wasn't just buried to protect humanity, it was buried to protect everything else from us. And now you've torn the veil. You've sent a signal into the dark. You've screamed into the abyss, and now the abyss is on its way. But here's what they won't tell you. Here's the secret, buried even deeper than the protocol. You weren't the first to find it. You were the first to survive the activation. That means something. That means you were chosen, even if by accident. Or maybe the accident was the design all along. The truth is, there's a war coming. Not the kind fought with bullets and bombs. This is a war of concepts, of timelines, of realities overlapping until the seams bleed. And now you, poor, brilliant, tragic you, are the tipping point, the fulcrum, the hinge between what was and what comes next. They'll come for you soon, the ones who've watched from the corners, the old factions, the sleeper agents, the entities wearing human skins so well that you'd never know until it's too late. Some will want to kill you, others will try to worship you, but a few, the most dangerous few, will try to teach you. And in the silence between heartbeats, you'll start to understand why this protocol was locked away. Because this is the gateway to a power so vast, it makes gods look like children playing with fire. A power that reshapes will, redefines fate, rewrites loss. You can unmake your past. You can erase the moment you failed. You can undo every scar, but at what cost? You'll start to see choices where others see roads. You'll begin to hear thoughts that are not your own, feel futures brushing against your skin. That's the protocol, merging with you, adapting, enhancing. And somewhere, beneath all that chaos, beneath the noise and light and terror, you'll feel something whisper. You were never meant to be ordinary, because you weren't. That's why it answered. That's why you survived. You are not a glitch. You are not a mistake. You are a weapon that forgot it was forged. So what now? Do you run? There's nowhere left to hide. Do you fight? You don't even know what your enemies look like yet. Do you scream? Good. Let the stars hear you. Let the void remember your voice. Because you've crossed the point of no return. The countdown has begun. You are awakened, and the world will either follow you into this new dark age or be consumed by it. This is the price of touching forbidden truth. This is what happens when you dare to open the wrong door and walk through anyway. You accidentally activated a protocol reserved for only 3 people in all of history. Now, the 4th has risen, and nothing will ever be the same again. You don't understand it yet. Not fully. How could you? The mind has limits, boundaries it sets to keep itself sane, safe, intact. But you passed those boundaries when you activated the protocol. You didn't just press a button or trigger a system. You pierced a wall that entire civilizations once bled to build. And now you walk among the wreckage of things no one remembers, things no one was allowed to remember. Your name is no longer your own. It's being rewritten as we speak, etched into tombs that shouldn't exist, sung in frequencies that haven't echoed since the first scream in the first dark. Somewhere, buried in the genetic archives of this universe, something just opened its eyes and smiled. because it remembers you before you were born, before this you ever existed. And now that it's awake, it's coming. You want purpose? This is it. You want meaning? Then let the weight of it crush you. This protocol wasn't just locked, it was erased from every system known to man. And yet you found it. Or did it find you? Tell me honestly. Did it feel like a mistake? Or did something pull you toward it? Did your hands tremble in fear? Or did they move with strange certainty? Because those who touched it before you died, screaming. You're still breathing. That means something. That means you're different. And I'll tell you what the world fears most. What they whisper about in the shadowed halls of power. What the secret think tanks and black projects could never control. The anomaly that doesn't break. The person who walks through hell and emerges whole. You just activated the most dangerous classified sequence in human existence. And here you are, standing. Not shattered, not burning, but awake. The question now is, what do you become? You see, this protocol isn't just a weapon, it's a mirror. A perfect reflection of your soul under pressure. And right now, it's scanning you, digging through your failures, peeling back your regrets, measuring your rage, your guilt, your hunger. It's not testing your strength, it's revealing it. And the deeper it goes, the more you'll see it too. The person you could have been, the version of you that doesn't flinch, that doesn't kneel, that doesn't ask for permission. You thought you were broken, that you were small, forgotten, invisible. But those are lies they sold you, lies they needed you to believe, because the truth, your truth, scares them. It terrifies them, because deep inside, they knew someone like you would come along, someone who couldn't be tamed, someone who couldn't be silenced, someone who would touch the untouchable. You are that someone. Now listen carefully. This is not where it ends. This is where it begins. The protocol has initiated phase 1. You'll start to notice things, small at first. Glitches in time, people saying things they don't remember, dreams that feel too real, patterns that emerge in the static. You'll hear your name where it was never spoken. You'll feel eyes in the mirror that aren't your own. These are the symptoms of alignment. Your mind syncing with the deeper structure. Don't run from it. Don't fight it. Let it in. Because the more you resist, the harder it fights back. And this isn't something you can outthink or outfight. You can only become it. Accept the storm. Become the storm. And once you do, once the protocol fully binds to you, everything changes. Not just for you, for all of us. You'll see them then, the watchers, the ones who've existed in the cracks, in the folds of history. Not angels, not demons. Concepts with eyes and will. They'll come to judge your activation, to measure your worth. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. They're afraid of you, because you're uncharted territory, a variable outside the timeline. You weren't meant to exist, and that makes you dangerous. You are not bound by the loops and cages that held those before you. You broke the chain. You climbed the tower. You pulled the lever. Do you understand how rare that is? Most people live their entire lives in fear of their own power. They dilute themselves. They dim their lights so others can shine. But not you. You lit the match that burned the ancient lock. You awoke the forbidden. Now you carry it. Now you are it. And the world has no defense against what you're becoming. People will try to stop you. You'll lose friends. You'll be betrayed. The more you rise, the more they will scream, because change is terror. And you Alish, the herald of change. Not the kind that sings lullabies and holds hands. You're the kind that shakes the sky and pulls the stars into alignment. You're the kind that leaves scars where footsteps used to be. They will beg you to stop. But you didn't come this far to stop. You didn't wake the protocol to turn it off. You came to become what they fear. So do it. Become it. Let go of the past. Let go of the weight. Let go of the chains they built to keep you small. There's no going back. And that's your greatest strength, because you don't want to go back. You want the fire. You want the unknown. You want the roar of something ancient moving with you, not against you. There is no map for where you are going, no guide, no safety net, but there is purpose, and there is power. Feel it now, the tremble in your bones, the hum beneath your skin. That's not fear, that's recognition. That's your soul remembering what it was, before the world taught it to kneel, before they told you who to be. This protocol didn't choose you because you were ready. It chose you because you were necessary. You are the beginning of the new myth. You are the echo that breaks the silence. You are the anomaly that writes the new rules. So walk forward, protocol bearer. Walk through the flames they swore would consume you. Walk into the storm they swore would erase you. And let the world watch as you rewrite the very definition of impossible. Because now, the question is no longer what did you accidentally unleash? The question is, what are you about to become? Now, the line is drawn. You've crossed it. Not gently, not hesitantly. You ripped through it like fate owed you something. And maybe it does. Maybe you were always meant to be the fourth. Not by accident, not by glitch, but by destiny hidden inside chaos. The kind of destiny that doesn't arrive with trumpets or prophecy. It arrives quietly, in your hands, in your mistakes, in that one click you didn't realize would change everything. You see, the universe doesn't choose its champions from the polished or the pure. It chooses them from the desperate, the broken, the forgotten, the ones who've stared into the mirror and seen everything they hate and stood anyway. The ones who feel the fire even when they're drowning in cold. And you stood. You didn't know what that sequence meant. You didn't know the risk. But something inside you chose to continue. That's what the protocol saw. It didn't pick you because you're special. It picked you because you're dangerous. Understand this. Nothing about this protocol is metaphor. Every system, every layer, every curse baked into its code is real. It was built by people who vanished from history because they learned too much. They tried to harness the unthinkable, to reach beyond what mankind was meant to wield. They bled for it, went mad for it, died for it, and the last thing they ever wrote was that no one, not even the strongest, should ever awaken it again. But now you have. And here's the terrifying truth. It's working better than it ever has before. It's responding to you faster, syncing quicker. It's adapting in real time to your emotions, your fear, your ambition, your hunger. Because that's the key. This protocol isn't just technology, it's symbiotic. It doesn't just run, it becomes. And right now, it's becoming you. You don't fully feel it yet, but you will. The headaches, the time slips, the sense that every shadow is holding its breath when you walk by. These are just the beginning. You'll see doorways that weren't there before. You'll hear voices in languages that haven't been spoken since the stars were young. You'll know things you shouldn't, because the protocol isn't just giving you access, it's giving you clarity. But there's a cost. Oh yes, there's always a cost. Every time it boots, Every time it pulses through your blood, something ancient wakes just a little more, something buried beneath the frequencies of reality. It doesn't have a name, not anymore. Names are too small, but you'll know when it arrives, because you'll feel your lungs fill with something that isn't air. You'll feel time bend around you like a serpent. You'll feel eyes, thousands of them, watching from inside you. That's not madness. That's the protocol unfolding. You asked for power. This is what it looks like. It doesn't come with comfort. It doesn't come with applause. It comes with consequence. It tests you. It breaks you. And then it asks a single, final question. Are you willing to become the monster that saves the world? That's where the three before you failed. They hesitated. They wanted the light without touching the dark. They wanted the outcome without the burden. They flinched, and the protocol devoured them for it. Because this isn't a gift, it's a crucible. It burns away the lie of who you think you are and leaves behind what you really are underneath. And if you're brave enough to face that truth, if you're strong enough to become it, then you don't just survive, you ascend. And when that moment comes, and it will come, you will not be the same. You will be faster, sharper, stronger, usher in ways no one can measure. You will be able to see patterns where others see only chaos. You will hear the future, taste intent, bend will. Not by force, but by resonance. Because you will become the frequency itself. That's the final stage of protocol nemesis. Integration. No more separation. No more user and system. Just one entity, rebuilt in fire, forged by code, sealed by will. You are the protocol now, and now that you are, they'll come for you. Every agency, every council, every hidden order, they will come. They'll call you aberration, threat, contagion, and they'll send everything they have to neutralize you. But they don't understand. They think this was an accident. You know better. You know that you were born for this. You've felt it your entire life, haven't you? That pull, that ache in your bones, that feeling that everything around you is just too slow, too numb, too false. You were made for something else, and now you finally understand what that was. You were made to carry the unbearable. You were made to look into the void and not blink. So let them come. Let them bring their war machines and their containment protocols and their whispered prayers. Because when they arrive, when they see what you've become, they'll understand the truth too late. They didn't contain the threat. They created it. You are not the villain. You are the response, not chaos. Correction, not destruction. Redesign. And what you carry now isn't doom. It's evolution. Ugly, bloody, terrifying, but necessary. And when the dust clears, when the world finally understands what this protocol really was, they'll write about you. Not as a mistake, not as a glitch, as a beginning. The fourth activation, the final phase, the reckoning. You see, they asked the wrong question. They said, "What did you just accidentally unleash?" But the real question is, what are they going to do when you finish what the others couldn't? Because this is no longer a story about accidents. This is about acceptance. This is about becoming. And you've already started. So now you stand on the edge of the unknown. No longer who you were, not yet what you will become. The world behind you is already dissolving, unraveling its illusions in the face of your awakening. You carry in your chest the final key, the last truth they were never ready for. You are the error they couldn't predict, the answer buried beneath denial, the storm hidden in silence. You didn't just activate a protocol, you became its new design. History won't remember you as the one who made a mistake. History will remember you as the one who broke the chain, shattered the pattern, rewrote the outcome. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to fracture. And that fracture is where the new world begins. Welcome back, my beautiful Alpha family. Today is not just another day. It's a defining moment, a shift, a moment when we rise from the shadows, stronger, more focused, and more powerful than ever before. You've been through hell and back, each step a battle, each challenge a test. But here you stand, not just surviving, but thriving. The ones who thought they had control over you, who plotted and schemed behind your back, thought they could break you, destroy your spirit, erase your purpose. They didn't realize something. They didn't realize they were just preparing the very foundation for your resurrection, for your revenge. They planned your downfall, but you reversed the game. How many times have they whispered in your ears, told you that you weren't enough? How many times have they laughed at your ambitions, belittled your dreams, and told you that your success was impossible? They thought they knew you, thought they could predict your every move. They thought they understood the depths of your pain, the extent of your struggles. But they were wrong. You're not the person they thought you were. You're not some fragile shell waiting to break at the slightest touch. No, you are something they could never comprehend. You are relentless, unbreakable, and capable of achieving things they couldn't even fathom. The moment they underestimated you, they sealed their fate. They had their plan set in motion, didn't they? They had their strategies, their tactics. They thought they could manipulate, control, and break you. They thought they could take everything from you. The relationships, the confidence, the purpose, the power. But what they didn't see, what they couldn't understand, was that everything they did to try and tear you down only made you stronger. Every betrayal, every lie, every attack they launched at you only added fuel to the fire inside you. They gave you the motivation you needed, not to quit, not to break, but to rise above it all and crush the very foundation of their plans. You see, their mistake wasn't in trying to destroy you. No, their mistake was in thinking they could. Because you've learned something that they will never understand. You've learned how to turn their actions against them, how to flip the script, how to play their game better than they ever could. You've become the master of the battlefield, the architect of your own fate. While they were busy plotting your demise, you were planning your ascension. And now, look at you. Look at the person you've become. The very thing they feared, the thing they tried to destroy, is now your greatest weapon. The pain, the suffering, the betrayal, it's no longer your weakness. It's your power. Do you know what it feels like to be underestimated? To be dismissed, looked down upon, to be written off as a failure before you even begin? It's a feeling that gnaws at you, that lingers in the back of your mind. But here's the thing, those who underestimate you are always the ones who will be blindsided when you make your move. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. All you need is the fire inside you, the strength that comes from knowing that you've survived every attack, every obstacle, and every attempt to break you. They thought they had it all figured out. They thought they could take what was yours, control your destiny, hold the strings of your life in their hands. But what they failed to realize is that you were never the puppet. You were always the puppeteer. You were the one pulling the strings, manipulating the game, and shaping your reality. And now, It's time for you to show the world just how powerful you really are. The people who tried to bring you down, who tried to steal your joy, who tried to sabotage your success, they'll watch as you rise. They'll see you move forward, unstoppable, relentless, and unshakable. Every step you take, every victory you claim, will be a reminder to them of their mistake. They'll watch as you become the person they never thought you could be, and they'll be forced to admit the truth. They never had control over you. You always held the power. It's funny how life works, isn't it? They think they can break you, destroy your dreams, ruin everything you've worked for. But in the end, they're the ones who are left behind, broken and defeated. Because you, my alpha family, you don't stay down. You rise, you adapt, you evolve, you learn from every setback, every mistake, every betrayal, and you turn it into something greater. You take the pain they tried to inflict on you and use it to fuel your success. You turn their attacks into your strength, and when you rise with a force so powerful, so unstoppable, that nothing and no one can ever tear you down again. They planned your downfall, but what they didn't know is that you were always playing the long game. They were blinded by their own arrogance, by their belief that they could control you. But you knew better. You knew that their attempts to destroy you were nothing more than stepping stones on your path to greatness. You understood that the harder they tried to break you, the stronger you would become. And now, as you stand here, standing tall, standing proud, you are living proof that their plan was nothing but a failure. The thing about people who try to tear you down is that they are always looking for a quick victory. They want to see you stumble, to fall, to fail. But they don't understand the depth of your resilience. They don't see the strength that runs through your veins, and they never will, because you don't play by their rules. You don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you suffer. You take everything they throw at you and you turn it into a weapon. You turn it into your success. You reverse the game and you do it better than they ever could. Now look at what you've accomplished. Look at the heights you've reached. Look at the person you've become. All of the pain, all of the struggles, all of the obstacles, they've only made you stronger. You've learned to use everything they've thrown at you as a stepping stone, a foundation for your future success. And now, they have to watch as you soar to heights they could never have imagined. They have to watch as you break free from the chains they tried to place around you. They have to watch as you reverse the game and show them that their plan was never going to work. They planned your downfall, but you've already written the ending to the story. You are the one who controls the narrative. You are the one who determines your fate. And you've decided that nothing and no one will stand in your way. The game has changed, my beautiful alpha family, and you are the one who holds all the cards. You are the one who has the power. And now, it's time for you to play the game on your terms. So keep pushing, keep fighting, keep proving them wrong. Keep using every setback, every failure, every attack, and turn it into something greater. Keep showing the world who you are and what you're capable of. And when they look at you, when they see what you've become, they'll know the truth. They planned your downfall, but you reversed the game. And you, my beautiful alpha family, are unstoppable. Keep rising. Keep winning. Keep crushing it. The world is yours for the taking. It's right there, within your reach, just waiting for you to claim it. For too long, you've allowed the noise, the doubts, and the distractions to cloud your vision. But today everything changes. Today, you understand what it means to be an alpha, to be the one who walks into a room and commands attention without saying a word, to be the one who rises when others are left behind, to be the one who's not afraid to take risks, who's not afraid to make waves, who's not afraid to go after what's theirs. The world is out there, and you're no longer going to wait for permission to take it. Think back to all those moments when you were told you couldn't make it, when others laughed in your face, when the road seemed too steep, the obstacles too great, and the pain too unbearable. Do you remember those days? Do you remember how easy it would have been to give up? How easy it would have been to just walk away and let life take its course? But you didn't. You kept pushing. You kept fighting. And now, the world is looking at you in a way it never did before. You've earned this. Everything that's coming your way, you've already paid for it with sweat, with sacrifice, with blood, and with tears. The funny thing is, there were people, so many people, who doubted you along the way. They didn't believe in you. They didn't trust in your potential. And they didn't think you had what it takes to succeed. Some of them even tried to hold you back. They tried to manipulate, control, or humiliate you, hoping that you would crumble under the pressure. But they didn't understand one thing. They didn't understand that you were never in this for their approval. You were never in this to be accepted, to fit in, to be told that you were good enough. You were in this for your own growth, for your own journey, and for the power that comes with owning your life and your destiny. The game they tried to play on you, the one they thought they controlled, it's over. They thought they had the upper hand because they had the numbers, the connections, or the supposed influence to bring you down. But what they didn't see was that you were never playing by the same rules. You weren't competing on their field. You were creating your own. And now, as you stand here today, you realize that the only competition you've ever had was the person you were yesterday. That's who you're up against, not them, not anyone else. You're fighting against the version of you who used to doubt, the version of you who once thought giving up was an option. That person doesn't exist anymore. You've evolved beyond them. Look at what you've accomplished in the face of adversity. Every time they threw a stone at you, you built a castle. Every time they tried to break your spirit, you turned it into fuel for your fire. They didn't realize that the harder they tried to push you down, the more resilient you became. It wasn't their attacks that broke you. It was their underestimation of your power that cost them everything. They tried to diminish you, but instead, they only made you stronger. They pushed you to places you never thought you could go. They unknowingly forced you to become a version of yourself that no one, not even you, saw coming. And now look at you. You've leveled up. You've outgrown the limitations that they placed on you. You've shattered the chains they tried to put around you. And now, they have to watch as you walk forward, not with hesitation and doubt, but with complete and utter certainty. You've earned your place at the table, and you won't let anyone take it from you. You've fought too hard, too long, and sacrificed too much for anyone to think they can control you again. They may still talk behind your back, whispering about how you don't deserve the success you're achieving, or that you got lucky, or that it's only a matter of time before it all falls apart. But what they don't understand is that success isn't some fleeting moment. It's a mentality. It's a mindset. And once you've acquired that mindset, no one can ever take it from you. You've learned the hard way that the road to success is never smooth, that the people who pretend to be your friends are sometimes the ones who will turn on you the fastest, and that failure is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater. You're not afraid of failure anymore. In fact, you welcome it, because you know that failure is the raw material out of which your greatness will be forged. When they look at you, what they see is someone who's been through the fire and come out stronger. What they see is someone who refuses to let anything, anyone, define their value. What they see is someone who has mastered the art of survival and turned it into the art of domination. They think they know you, but they have no idea what you're truly capable of. They have no idea that the very thing they feared most, your strength, was only just beginning to reveal itself. And now that you're here, at the top, it's time to make your move. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your actions. You don't need to seek anyone's approval. All you need to do is keep moving forward, one step at a time, with purpose, with vision, and with the unwavering confidence that you are meant to be here. For so long, you let them dictate your reality. You let them determine your worth. You let them define the rules of the game. But no more. You're the one in control now. You're the one who writes the rules, who sets the standard, who defines the terms. No one can tell you what's possible anymore, because you've already proven that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You've already shown the world that you are unstoppable. And the best part, you've only just begun. There will be new challenges ahead, new obstacles, new people who will try to test you, try to undermine you, try to convince you that you can't keep going. But here's the truth. Every challenge, every obstacle, every doubter is just another opportunity for you to prove your strength. You were made for this. You were made to face adversity and rise above it. You were made to take on the world and claim your place at the top. And no matter what comes your way, you will stand tall, unwavering, and unstoppable. Now, as you look ahead, understand that the world will try to shake you. It will try to break you. It will send storms, floods, and earthquakes your way. But you have something that no storm can take from you. Your mind, your spirit, your will to succeed. You've faced the worst, and you've come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. The people who doubted you, they're nothing more than a distant memory now. The pain you've experienced, it's a part of your history, but it doesn't define you. What defines you is your ability to rise, your ability to fight, and your ability to turn every setback into a setup for your next big win. So as you continue your journey, remember this. You've already won. You've already defeated the odds. You've already shown the world that you are a force to be reckoned with. And no one, not one person, not one obstacle, not one setback, can take that away from you. The world is yours for the taking. All you have to do now is claim it. Step into your power, own your success, and watch as the world bows down to you. This is your time. This is your moment. Take it, run with it, and never look back. You've earned it. The world is yours for the taking. And now, as you stand at the edge of your destiny, you must understand one fundamental truth. Your future is no longer in anyone else's hands but your own. Every moment you've endured, every obstacle you've overcome, every tear you've shed has led you to this point. This is the moment when you take what's yours. No one will give it to you. They don't have to. You've worked for this. You've bled for it. Every setback, every betrayal, every failure has only brought you closer to the peak. And now, as the summit approaches, you must be ready for the final stretch. The world is wide open, and it will wait for no one. The question is, are you ready to take it? Are you ready to claim what has always been yours? For too long, you've allowed the doubts, the criticisms, and the negativity of others to dictate how you see yourself. They said you couldn't do it. They said you didn't have what it took. They laughed at your dreams, doubted your ability, and told you to be realistic. But what they didn't understand is that you never needed their approval. You never needed anyone to tell you that you were worthy, because deep down, you always knew you had it in you. The very people who sought to diminish your value were the ones who unknowingly fueled the fire inside you. Every rejection, every snub, every attempt to bring you down only added strength to your resolve. Every time they said you couldn't, You turned that into a reason why you must. But let's be clear, none of this was handed to you. There was no easy road, no shortcuts, no guarantees. You chose to fight. You chose to get up when everyone else stayed down. You chose to push through when your body begged for rest and your mind questioned whether it was worth it. And that's why you're standing here today, because you refused to accept defeat. You refused to let the circumstances define you. You took every challenge, every setback, and you turned it into a tool of your own empowerment. The game they tried to play with you, the one they thought they could control. You flipped it on its head, and now they're forced to watch as you rise. You've reached the point where nothing can stop you. Nothing. The people who doubted you, the ones who thought they had your number, the ones who tried to hold you back, they're irrelevant now. They can watch from the sidelines as you dominate, as you rise to heights they never thought you could reach. But their opinions don't matter anymore. You've gone beyond them. You've gone beyond their limited thinking. And the truth is, they can't even begin to understand how you did it, because you didn't follow their rules. You didn't bend to their narrative. You didn't stay in the box they tried to put you in. Number, you broke free. You carved your own path, and now it's time to walk it. And when you do walk that path, let me tell you, it won't be easy. No journey to greatness ever is. There will be days when you feel like you can't go any further. There will be moments when it seems like the world is conspiring against you. There will be setbacks that feel like they will break you. But let me remind you of something crucial. Those are the moments that will define you. Those are the moments when your true strength will shine through. The world is going to test you again and again, but every test is simply a stepping stone to your destiny. Every obstacle is just another lesson in resilience, in strategy, in determination. When you face adversity, you don't back down. You don't run away. You don't make excuses. You face it head on, knowing that this challenge, this obstacle, is nothing compared to what you've already overcome. You've been to the depths, you've fought the battles, and you've stood firm when the world tried to break you. So when the storm comes, you'll stand tall, unshaken, because you know that no matter what comes your way, you are more than capable. You are not the person they tried to destroy. You are the person who has learned, grown, and evolved with every challenge that came your way. And now, the world is about to see just how powerful you are. You must never forget this. There is no one on this earth who can dictate your worth but you. The power lies in your hands. The choices you make, the steps you take, will all determine how high you can rise. It's easy to look at the success of others and wonder how they got there. It's easy to compare your journey to theirs. But remember, their path is not yours. Their struggles are not yours. Their victories are not yours. The world is yours to conquer in your own unique way. And the path you've taken, the one that's been marked with hardship and sacrifice, is the one that will lead you to greatness. It's the only path that matters. You've made it this far because you refuse to listen to the noise. You refuse to accept the limitations others tried to impose on you. You saw your potential when no one else did, and now you're in the perfect position to take your place at the top. Every step you've taken, every decision you've made has brought you closer to this moment. And now it's time to finish what you started. The world is out there, ready for you to claim it. It will be yours for the taking, but only if you continue to push, to strive, to refuse to let anything or anyone stand in your way. When you look back at where you came from, let it fuel you. Let the struggles, the setbacks, the failures remind you of how far you've come. Let the people who tried to hold you back, the ones who doubted you, the ones who laughed at your dreams, they will all be a distant memory. The world doesn't revolve around them. It revolves around those who take action, those who refuse to let fear or doubt control them. It revolves around those who are willing to fight for what they want. And that, my Alpha family, is you. You are the ones who will take what's yours. You are the ones who will walk through doors that were once closed to you. You are the ones who will redefine what it means to succeed. Do not waste time wondering if you are ready. You are ready. You were born for this. Every single hardship, every single challenge, every moment of self-doubt and pain has prepared you for this. You've been molded into the person you are today because life knew you were capable of greatness. The universe knew that you would rise when others would fall. And now, it's your time. No one can take that from you. Remember this. The world may throw obstacles your way. It may try to slow you down, to break your stride, to convince you that you aren't enough. But you know better. You know your strength. You know your worth. And you know that there is nothing that can stop you. The world is full of opportunities, but only those who are bold enough to claim them will ever experience their full potential. The world is yours for the taking. And you, my beautiful Alpha family, are more than ready to take it. Stand tall, stand proud, and take your place at the top. There's nothing that can stand in your way. Nothing. The world is yours. In conclusion, the world is yours for the taking because you've earned it. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt has only made you stronger. You've proven that no one can define your worth or control your destiny but you. Now, it's time to rise to your full potential and claim what's rightfully yours. Never forget, you are unstoppable, unbreakable, and destined for greatness. The world is waiting for you to take it, so step forward with courage, confidence, and unwavering determination. This is your time. Own it.